First of all, I would just like to say thank you for all being here. My name is George Ormsby. I work for a company called First Citizen Finance. My current role is Head of SME Finance. I'm just going to take the next 10 minutes to briefly talk to you about managing your cash flow. Short-term liquidity versus long-term investment, or what better known as working capital balanced against capital expenditure. Now, we all know working capital is the day-to-day capital required to run your business, such as wages, rates, rents, facility costs, but this in turn needs to be balanced against capital expenditure, and capital expenditure is the investment required to invest in assets. This is a vital position whereby you need to balance, because you need to be able to manage and protect your cash flow. Cash liquidity is a key element of any business going forward. So if you have decided to invest in CapEx, why? Company expansion. Every business at some point looks and needs to grow. Adapting the business to changing needs. As you all know, the needs both of your customer and of the business are always changing, and you need to be able to adapt. Reacting to market conditions. Every business needs to be flexible. You need to be flexible, whereby market trends, market conditions, economic situations. So therefore, it's vital that you invest so that you can be flexible. And last but not least, technology advancements. As we all know, technology is constantly developing, enhancing, moving on, and it's an integral part of any business to invest. So you've got to this point now whereby you have decided to invest in capital expenditure. You get to ask a question to yourself, business owner, accountants: should you use your own cash to purchase whatever asset investment you want? In some cases, that is the case. It does suit. Some fortunate companies are able to absorb the financial commitment in their cash flow. But in a lot of cases, and probably in the majority of cases, the impact of a capital investment like this, using your own cash flow, can be quite negative, and it can be very much disruptive. So therefore, you do need to look at other options. The option I really want to talk to you today about is asset finance. Asset finance is, or as an alternative to a cash payment. Asset finance is made up of hire purchase and leasing. The benefits of hire purchase: no large initial outlay of cash on your business. It's over a fixed term with a fixed interest rate, allowing you to budget. There's flexible terms between 12 and 84 months, depending on the asset type. This is the most important part. It ensures capital expenditure is appropriately funded and spread over a fixed term, minimizing the impact of your cash flow while protecting the business opportunity going forward. To make this a bit more, I suppose, easier to understand, I'm just going to look at a working example. You have a business, and you as a business owner have decided to purchase, say, a forklift, and you're doing it on HP. So the example here is 20,000. You decide to put a small cash deposit of 3.8, balancing, looking for a funding amount of 16.2 over a fixed term with a fixed monthly payment of 309.44. Now this is just for an example, so the rate is done at 5.9 APR. But if you look at the repayment schedule and profile illustrated here, this kind of shows more the benefits. Your funding exposure continuously reduces over your term. Because the asset has been purchased on HP, you as a business are entitled to claim the VAT element on the asset on your first VAT return. So remember, you would already put in a deposit of 3.8. You have a VAT return roughly around the same of 3.8. So you're already in a cash neutral position after 2 months, if not 3 months. And on the yellow line there, you can see the fixed monthly repayment, 60 months of 309.44 per month. And when you look at the yellow line compared to if you were to use your own capital, it would cost you 20,000. So this is such a tool to be able to budget and manage. And ultimately, the business has its forklift, and you protect and manage your cash flow. Just at this point, does anyone have a question in relation to the illustration there or at the understanding of what I've just said? No? First Citizen, as a company, lend into many of the SME sectors. We have transport, manufacturing, construction, renewable energy. So, as I say, they're all listed there. So, we are willing to finance in the SME space in so many different sectors. First Citizen has many other portfolios as well. As you can see here, we're involved in the motor finance section, agri-finance, equipment finance, which I've just spoken about. And last but not least, we have the CRE finance, which is commercial real estate finance. All I really want to say here, as when I sum up, is just leave you with one thought or idea: to use asset finance as a tool to manage your cash flow. First Citizen are at stand MO4, and myself and my colleagues Ciara and Ronan would be delighted if you came over, and if you had any questions, we'd be delighted to answer them. And thanks again for listening.